Well, it seems like we got a bad wheel seal. Got a leaking wheel seal.
What's going on, YouTube family? It's Joko with TRX Express here. Today I'm at HQ and we've got a lot of maintenance things going on with our trailers where we replace, brakes, drums. I will have our floor manager, Tim, do the video and pretty much explain what's going on and why it's happening. So let me go find him and then I'll see you in a little bit.
Okay, hi, my name is Tim and I'm the shop manager at TRX Express. Today we're going to go over some brakes, changing brakes, brake issues, drum issues, and some of the components that we need to change our brakes. So first I'd like to start off with the new parts here are the components that we're going to be replacing. Then I'm going to go over some good things and some bad things about brake drums, S-cams, S-cam bushings, slack adjusters, the springs and the components that we use. So first of all, let's go over these brakes that we're replacing. As you can see here, there's a notch in our brake. So the notch determines when we get down to a DOT specification here where they need to be changed. All brake pads, they come with some type of wear pattern. They tell you when to get close to changing your brakes. So here's a set of new ones. As you can see right here, when it gets down or close to this part right here, it's time to change your brakes. Here are the components that go with the brakes. We have our retainers, our springs, our hooks to hold the spring, and we also have our bushings with the other rollers that go into the spider. Over here we have a slack adjuster, and we have a S-cam bushing kit. Here is our S-cam. The first thing we want to check is make sure that our brake pads are wore down. We'll make sure that the lining isn't cracked. Any cracks, we have to change them. If there's separation between the table, this is not, but if you have separation between your table and your pad, you need to replace them. The other thing I want to go over is drum wear. So when you get down to 1/4 of an inch lip, it's time to replace your brake drum. Also, if you can see inside this brake, it has cracks. That's normal. But if you see a crack or cracks that are at least 3/4 of the way through your drum, it's time to replace it. We have another drum here. This was a fairly new drum. It's cracked. If you can see in the video, it actually cracked. So it's hard to determine whether it was a manufacturer defect or possibly maybe whoever replaced the brakes could have been not properly adjusted. So as you can also see, the discoloration in it looks like it got hot. It's hard to determine. But when you're doing your brakes, always make sure you check everything. Make sure that your drums are in good condition. Make sure you don't have any cracks. And also make sure that inside, the heat stress is going to crack them. But if you have a crack or 2 or 3 or more that are 3/4 of the way through your drum, then it's time to replace them. All right, so let's get back to putting our brake shoes together. These are pins that hold our springs. So you're going to put them in our hole. Just like that. Just like that. And put our big spring here, our retainers and our rollers. Put them together. Push down so you can get it into the hole. Same thing with the other side. Push down. Make sure they clip into the hole. And we have our other rollers with bushings. These rollers go into the spider. We'll show you that as soon as they get the wheel off. And actually the rollers, they're going to go here. But that's going to be on the spider. You have yellow springs that are going to go here after you install the brakes to secure them. This is how you're going to secure your brakes. Just like that. Another component is the S-cam bushing. There's an old one, there's a new one. So how do we determine if it's bad? Well, if your S-cam moves up and down inside your bushing like this, it's no good. So we'll replace it with the new one. As you can see, there's no or minimal movement with our new S-cam bushing. So there's an arrow that shows you how to put it in. Also, there's a correct way and not a correct way to do our brackets. So the correct way, put this goes on the outside. This will go on the inside, just like this. Next, we'll move to our slack adjuster. This is a slack adjuster. This is another major component in our brake system. This is how we adjust our brakes. And this is an automatic brake adjuster. Why they call it automatic? Because once you adjust it, it's adjusted for good. So when they get this off, I'll go in there and I'll actually do the brake.
Hey, real quick, 99% of you are not subscribed. So I'll just ask you to hit that like and subscribe button below if you like these types of videos and enjoy our content. Now back to the video.
So I take our drum off, see if we have a good drum or not. You can see inside it's dirty. Doesn't show signs of any cracks. But if you feel your hand inside, there's ripples. So ripples are no good either, because eventually what it'll do, it'll put ripples into your shoes. So we're gonna change it. Let's take our shoes off, because they're wore down. All you need is a screwdriver and a hammer. Pop it in, pop it out, hit it in, pop it out, smack it, and drop them down. Next, we're going to determine, as we showed before, here's our S-cam, here's our S-cam bushing. We're going to find out if it's loose or not. So what you're going to do is you're going to grab it by the end of the head and you're going to go up and down motion. Okay, so we got a little bit of play, which is not bad. And that's okay. That's okay. So as you can see, it hasn't been greased in a while. So after we grease it, we should be good to go. So let's talk about our rollers that I talked about earlier, about the rollers in the Spider. So this component right here, this is called the Spider. So our rollers go in here along with our bushing. So we're going to determine if we got bad rollers or not. So how do you determine? Well, over here, let me grab a brake shoe real quick. Our brake table rides here. So if your roller is wore down here, what's going to end up happening is, or if our S-cam bushing is wore out, what's going to happen is you're going to get uneven wear on your brake shoes. You'll have one shoe that is thicker than the other. So let's see if our rollers are good. Well, all you got to do is rub your hands across it and see if there's a divot in it. These rollers are fine. We don't need to replace them. And as you can see from the brake shoes, if you look at the lining, they're pretty even. So everything looks good. Well, it seems like we got a bad wheel seal. Got a leaking wheel seal. See it wet? See the two difference in the colors? If you look inside here, you can see there's grease around the seal. So we'll get into that another day. This one too. So we're going to come to the other side because the other side needed wheel seals. We'll get into that another day. And I'm gonna show you another thing about brakes. If the axle has an ABS sensor, I like for them to clean up the retainer and also push the sensor back in. You wanna come in here and get a glimpse of the retainer ring. And if you can see the dirt on it, right here's the retainer ring.
Okay.
This is our ABS sensor. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clean it up a little bit so we don't get a reading on our ABS. All you need is a wire brush, spin your hub, and then it's important also to make sure that the ABS sensor is pushed all the way in. And it's okay if it hits, because as the trailer goes down the road, the momentum and the friction will cause it to move back into its spot.
Okay.
Get a pinch bar in here. And I don't know if you heard the click.
Yep.
It clicked. My ABS sensor is up against my tone ring. That way I know when the trailer leaves, the ABS light's not gonna come on. All right, same thing here. The rollers feel fine, there's no divots in it, so let's put our brakes together. So as we showed before, our retainer for our rollers go here. Make sure you pinch down. Make sure that it goes into the holes. Pinch down. Make sure it goes into the hole. We're good. We'll grab our retainers. You put them in here. You want to put them in the hole where you're putting your retainers and the gold ones. You don't put them in here. You don't put them in this side. You put them on the back side. We're going to get our red spring. These are, by the way, these are 4707s. These are common on most trailers and common on some of the semi-trucks. Well, if we didn't check our S-cam bushing, let's check our S-cam bushing before I go ahead and install. Once again, I got slight movement, and that's okay. Anything beyond that, we should replace our S-cam bushing. Well, we're gonna make a little bit of adjustment. Our shoe isn't just quite going on, so we're gonna move our slack adjuster a little bit. Just like that. Push down until it goes into the S-cam. And you see we're not lined up, so we're gonna move our slack adjuster more. Just like that. Then we'll get our last two springs. These are gonna hold our brakes together. I do them the old-fashioned way. I get a screwdriver, push down. Boom. There we go. But there is a tool for that also. If you don't have the tool, screwdriver works just as fine. Put your spring in, squeeze it, and you can put it on. We'll put our new drum on. Boom. That's the installation of our brakes. Next, we'll go over on how to adjust them. I'm gonna simulate this because our tire's not on, but I'm just gonna show you how to adjust these brakes. So we're gonna get our tool on our socket, and we're gonna go in the clockwise position. And we're going to get our brake tight in our drum. And because we changed the drum and the brake shoe, I'm going to show you how many times we're going to turn this so we can get the proper adjustment. Some people say half a turn. I don't. I say 3/4 to 1 turn for the mere fact that the drums that come today, they haven't been cured. So as they get hot, they tend to swell. I'm gonna simulate a clock. So we're gonna start here. If I go here, this is a quarter turn. If I go here, this is a half a turn. When I go here, this is 3/4 of a turn, and then of course all the way back to where we started is 1 full turn. So we got our quarter turn. As you can hear, the slack is clicking, which means the slack adjuster is good. That's a quarter turn. That's a half a turn, and I'm gonna go and then I'm gonna do 3/4 of a turn, because like I said, these are new drums and new pads, and so you got to give them space because they're gonna swell as they get heated up. That'll take care of this for now. Subscribe to our channel, and if you like it, we'll have more videos in the future for you. Thank you.